This free video, and make sure you hit like and subscribe.
Yeah, title versus hair.
This went exactly as it should have.
I think so as well.
It was such a poetic ending, and it's like I predicted going in. It's better to die young than to fade out, and this was the time. And actually, they even started the story on Collision when Darby had put on Actually, the story started, the day he won the title. And then, he cuts a promo about how, it's probably just a 15-minute run. I'm going to go to the wheels fall off. He defends the title at every single show, gets fucking murdered show after show. And the story is, a wheel fell off here. Oh, man, another wheel fell off there. He puts a sharpshooter, which actually was really interesting, on Speedball of all people. Speedball is the smallest guy he's ever fought for the title. And even putting it on a small man, he still wasn't strong enough to hold it, and he collapsed. And then he comes into this match.
Collapsed against Sammy, too.
Yep, he tries very, very quickly to get the side headlock takeover, but, there were so many side headlock takeover attempts in this match. Yeah. Probably more than any match since, Jim Londos had his big run in the 30s and 40s. But he's just trying one after another, and it's just not working. And, it was just a normal wrestling match for about 15 minutes. And then they start brawling up the aisle, and we all knew what was going to happen. Some crazy shit. And in fact, Darby, I actually liked how they did it, because Darby goes up on this, whatever you want to call it.
Scaffold.
Lighting
rig, something.
And they get a camera shot from, the cheap
That shot was so awesome, yes.
It looked like this guy was going to jump off the fucking Empire State Building.
This looked like Queen at Wembley Stadium with all the people in front of them.
Oh, my God.
Incredible.
I was like, fuck, he is, but he's not really as high as it looks like.
Sure.
So he jumps off this fucking thing, and he crashes through the table, and he comes up fucking bleeding from the head, which is funny because earlier in the match, he went for there were actually two things. Early in the match, he goes for a flip dive through the ropes, and his fucking foot gets caught on the top rope, so he stops rotating immediately, and he falls down right on his fucking head. This is a minute into the match. And before this match, I remember, I think I tweeted, something would have to go terribly wrong for this not to be the best AW pay-per-view of all time. And, a minute after I tweet this fucking guy lands on his head. And it was an accident. But, even by Darby standards, this was a neck-breaking spot. And somehow he survived. Yeah. So then later, before he did the crazy thing off the scaffold, they did the Hell in a Cell, the famous Hell in a Cell 1997 spot. The cameraman gets taken out.
Yes.
Kane, however, did not debut on this show, unfortunately. But Darby goes to do another flip dive, and MJF pulls the cameraman in front. And so they shoot this from the cameraman's camera. So you just see an ass flying at you, and then, everything goes black, and the Death Star explodes, and, everybody's dead. And I thought, holy shit, that looked fucking incredible. But then, I'm a fair man. They fucked it up just as badly as WWE has done over the years. Somebody decided, let's show a different angle. And they showed an angle where Darby barely touched this guy. The cameraman gingerly sat down on his ass, and they had all the guys rush over. And I was like, how do you fuck that up, dude? You had the best shot, and you decided to show us an angle that showed how fake it was. But what the fuck can you do? So anyway, then they do the big thing off the scaffold, and there's, blood all over the place, and I'm sitting there going, get your ass in the ring, guys. Don't let the commission show up. So they go in there, and Darby tries a scorpion, but he collapses, and then the ref goes to check on him, and Max tries to get the headlock takeover, but Darby counters, hits a death drop, goes for another coffin drop, and Max crotches him. And then I knew it was going to happen because they set it up on TV. Max grabs this guy, he hoists him upside down, and I was like, oh my God.
Yes, you can find trendy matching sets like these at JCPenney.
Someone's got to tell you the thing.
You realize, I forget who it was. It was, God damn it, one of the All Japan women. She took one of these and broke her neck.
No good.
And literally did the match, holding her head.
Yeah.
She finished the match. And anyway, he gives him this move, and I'm like, that's it. And side headlock takeover, pins him. And the story is all the wheels fell off, the doors fell off, thing rusted, fell off a cliff, boulder fell on it. It's all done. And
the big thing is
no ring.
Dynamite. No ring. No. You didn't try it. When Darby collapsed the Scorpion, there was a shot of Max. It was actually very similar to the Swerve Strickland spot. He just had an evil, fiendish grin. He knew the wheels had fallen off, even though Darby had one last flurry after that. But the biggest thing to me is the collapsing spot here made so much more sense than it did against Sammy Guevara, because it happened 20-some minutes in to set up the finish, rather than doing it 2 minutes in, and then suddenly Darby's fine a minute later. But Darby goes black, makes one last rally, eats the Avalanche Tombstone, eats the headlock takeover because they hate each other and want to pinch each other with that move. Victory. There was a double down spot where each guy crawls to the bottom rope and turns and stares at each other. A long distance stare down. They just hate each other. And then they do the spot where they brawl up to the top to set up the lighting rig deal. And Max, that was right after the cameraman spot. Max actually carried Darby up to the stage and was threatening to shave him. But Darby cuts him off and hooks a guillotine and chokes him out. And when he was unconscious, and the referee did not call for the bell because not falls count anywhere, this crowd was hot. And then they saw what Darby had in mind. And they weren't hot no more. Or they were hot in a different kind of hot. They were not angry hot. They were anticipation hot. And Darby goes up there and bringing the entire night full circle, goes bang, bang, does the coffin drop through the table, slices his head open in the process, and they went to the finish after that. It was unreal. Then they do the post-match. And my takeaway from the online reaction to this post-match is, you people need to listen to me more, or at all, because I told you exactly what was going to happen. MJF is posing over Darby's body. They've strapped him to the gurney. He can't go anywhere. He's helpless. And MJ is got the foot in the chest and posing. Kevin Knight runs out to chase MJF away. MJF flees and runs up the ramp. Kevin's on the top rope. He's staring at MJF, that bastard.
And everyone immediately knew what was going to happen.
And then Knight lowers his gaze. And listen, he warned Darby, don't let me down.
That's true.
Darby let him down. He
gave that big-ass guilt trip on Collision.
He absolutely did.
Yeah.
And Darby let him down. So Knight hits the UFO splash off the gurney. He hit it so perfect, the gurney didn't tip over.
Yeah.
So he had to shove him over for good measure. But there you go. And that was that.
That was not that. The greatest AW pay-per-view of all time ended with a shout-out to Buddy Wayne.
Come on.
That was in there too? Yes.
It sure did. It was awesome.
One Buddy Wayne guy screwing another.
Yeah. And he was dead, and the Jet has turned. And actually, I said maybe that both Jet and Speedball could turn, so we don't know yet.
They still could.
We don't know.
Some people are saying Jet Speed is dead. We don't know that.
We don't know what Speedball's thinking about this. He might also not like
He
this.
may be motivated. He may think, you know what? This Night guy knows what he's doing. But the other two shots, besides the Buddy Wayne shout-out, or the W. Wayne shout-out, first one, Max is caught totally off guard. He did not know Kevin Knight was going to jump Darby Allin like that. But he likes it. And he gives him the golf clap applause. He's very happy with what Kevin Knight has done. Perhaps they have a future together in some kind of alliance.
Thank you for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and click that notify